Welcome to Classic Game Room. On the back of the packaging says, "This ain't no drag strip, it's the place where cars come to die." You know it's a game you want to play. Destruction Derby on the PlayStation. Who doesn't like crashing cars into things? And don't raise your hands because I'll know you're lying. Everyone likes crashing cars into things. That's what they were designed to do. This game is pretty much what Henry Ford had in mind for the future of the automobile. Destruction Derby, seen here on the PlayStation from 1995. From developer Reflections and Psygnosis. I'm never sure how to pronounce them, but you know them from the Wipeout series and numerous other good games. And Destruction Derby, even though it's rough around the edges, is a good game, especially considering it's an early PlayStation release that remains playable in 2013, the mark of quality for any driving game. Can it be played in the future? The controls are touchy, but on the whole the game looks and plays very well on the original PlayStation or the PlayStation 3, which is what I'm using here. Destruction Derby is pretty straightforward with really old-fashioned menus, which contains several modes of gameplay: Wreckin' Racing, Time Trials, Destruction Derby, and there's even two-player, if you link two PlayStations together. What we're watching here is Wreckin' Racing, where the objective is to crash as many cars as possible during the race, which is actually somewhat flawed because it gives you very little incentive to actually race at all. Rather than winning, you're better off staying in the middle of the pack and just trying to spin a bunch of other cars out. That's what I found to be the most effective way to win, but you can also try to win the race and then lap everyone and then just crush all of the losing cars. But it's harder than you might think to spin cars out and score race points. Rock on! As you can see, the game runs fairly smoothly and has that mid-90s style techno music, which, although cheesy, fits the style of the game. You can even enjoy race replays after it scores all of the race points per event. It declares the winner and you compete through a championship season of a couple races. There's only a few tracks in the game, but it works. It feels like a solid 1995 release. I would have loved this game when it first came out, but tragically I had to wait nearly 2 decades to play this after a copy was sent to the show by our friend Ryan in Eugene, Oregon, or Oregon as us East Coasters say. Thanks for the wind squid on the packaging, Ryan. Destruction Derby gets the job done because it's fun and consistent. It's also quite challenging because it's easy to get spun around and just flat out mangled in races. I have to admit I prefer the stock car racing mode to the Wreckin' Racing because I'd rather win the races while also causing lots of destruction. Either way is pretty tough. It's so good it even spawned a sequel, Destruction Derby. Wait for it. 2. These days, you can easily download the game for your PlayStation 3 from the PlayStation Network or pick up a super cheap copy on eBay. And you can do that through ClassicGameRoom.com. I recommend you try the game if you like vehicular combat racing. For less than $5 or $6, you can definitely get some enjoyment out of Destruction Derby. So once again, a huge thanks to Eugene from Ryan, Oregon. Wait, no, I flipped those names. Sorry. Ryan from Eugene, Oregon. Destruction Derby can also be found on the N64, Saturn, and PC. Lots of fun to be had crashing cars into other cars in order to get points and shrieking sounds. Destruction Derby.